What if I told you that aging isn't a cliff you fall off, but a path you choose with every sunrise? What if the constant aches, the mental fog, and the growing dependence that society calls getting old are not inevitable facts but the result of a few simple daily misunderstandings? I am 94 and my life is my own. I take no prescription drugs, I live without assistance, and my biological health report reads like that of a man decades younger. Last year, my doctor called me after my physical, convinced there was a mistake in the lab results. He couldn't believe a man my age could have the cellular health of someone in their early 60s. He asked for my secret, and I told him it wasn't one secret, but 5 non-negotiable morning appointments I keep with myself. These aren't complex, expensive biohacks. They are fundamental alignments with how your body is designed to function, and you can begin this very next morning. While people I know in their 70s are managing a handful of pills and need help with daily chores, I live a full, independent life. And here's the most critical part: the third habit I'll share takes only 4 minutes. Yet, a staggering 92% of older adults neglect it. This one oversight is the single biggest reason why their cognitive sharpness fades. The decline is so slow, so silent, that you don't notice the damage until you're trying to recall a grandchild's name and it won't come. These 5 habits are your declaration of independence. They are your strategy for ensuring your final chapters are defined by strength and clarity, not by frailty and confusion. The life you will live in your 80s and 90s is decided in the first hour of your day, starting tomorrow. First, strategic rehydration. The foundation of cellular energy. Your body is a machine that runs on water. Every single night, you lose up to a liter of it just by breathing. Yet, what do most people do? They wake up and pour a diuretic like coffee or tea into a system that is already running on empty. This is like starting your car with no oil in the engine. It's a fundamental error that puts a brake on your entire day, from how your joints feel to how your brain fires. And you can fix it in 30 seconds. The link between morning dehydration and accelerated aging is not a theory, it's a physiological fact. Leading neurologists have shown that even minor dehydration can shrink brain tissue and significantly slow down neural communication. We're not just talking about being thirsty, we're talking about the electricity in your brain having to fight through sludge. When you start your day dehydrated, you are willingly operating at a fraction of your mental and physical capacity. Think of Arthur, an 85-year-old friend who for years complained of a persistent morning brain fog that his doctors dismissed as old age. The truth was simpler: his brain was thirsty. Within a week of adopting this one habit, he said it was like a light had been switched on in his head. The fog lifted, and his focus returned. Beyond your brain, dehydration turns the lubricating fluid in your joints into a thick, abrasive sludge. Every step you take creates more friction, more wear and tear. That morning stiffness isn't just a sign of age, it's a cry for water. At the same time, your brain is trying to flush out metabolic waste products that build up while you sleep. Without water, those toxins linger, contributing directly to that foggy, slow feeling and over time increasing your risk for cognitive decline. The fix is incredibly simple, but the method is what makes it work. Tonight before bed, put a 16-ounce glass of room temperature water with a tiny pinch of sea salt on your nightstand. It must be the very first thing you do when you wake up. Drink the entire glass before anything else passes your lips. Room temperature water is absorbed fastest, and the salt acts like a key, unlocking your cells to allow the water to enter more efficiently. This isn't just about total water intake for the day. This is about breaking the overnight fast and giving your cells an immediate, usable resource before they are stressed by any other substance. If plain water is difficult, a squeeze of lemon is fine, but absolutely no sugar. The change is fast. In days you'll feel less stiff. In weeks you'll feel sharper. I started this at 75, and it was a game changer. Your body is asking for this. Don't make it wait another day. Second, the daylight signal. Resetting your body's master rhythm. Deep inside you is a master clock, a circadian rhythm that acts as the conductor for your body's entire orchestra, from hormones to digestion. But this conductor is blind. It needs a signal to start the music. That signal is morning sunlight. Groundbreaking research from Stanford sleep experts has shown that 10-15 minutes of direct morning sunlight can boost mood, lifting serotonin and anchor your sleep-wake cycle with incredible precision. Yet studies show that seniors who miss this crucial light signal have a drastically higher risk of depression and sleep disorders. The biology is beautiful in its simplicity. The light from the early morning sun contains a specific blue wavelength frequency that hits special receptors in your eyes. These receptors send a direct message to your brain's command center: the day has begun. Stop producing the sleep hormone melatonin and start the daytime operating system. This one signal controls your energy levels, your metabolism, and more than 100 other processes that dictate how you feel all day long. A woman in my community, Helen, 78, struggled with low energy and a perpetually gray mood. She walked every day for her health, but always in the afternoon. She had no idea that afternoon light and morning light send completely different signals to the brain. When she moved her walk to right after waking up, her change was profound. Within a month, her energy was stable, her mood had lifted, and she said she felt like herself for the first time in years. Her story proves that when you do, something can be more important than what you do. If you deny your brain that morning light, it keeps pumping out melatonin, leaving you in a state of social jet lag. This doesn't just make you tired, it disrupts your immune function, your blood pressure, and your body's ability to repair itself. It is a state of chronic, low-grade stress that grinds you down over time. The habit itself is effortless. Within 30 minutes of waking, get outside. For 10 to 15 minutes, let the natural light hit your face. And here is the detail most people get wrong. If you can, take off your glasses or contacts. Glass and plastic filter out the very light frequencies your brain needs. Your eyes must receive the raw signal. Skin exposure is good for vitamin D, but it won't reset your clock. If the weather is truly impossible, sit by a large open window. It's only about half as effective, but it's far better than nothing. For those in far northern climates, a light therapy lamp can be a substitute, but nature's solution is always superior. The benefits build on each other. Better sleep tonight means a better mood tomorrow. A better mood means more energy. More energy means a better life. Your internal conductor is waiting for its cue. Give it the signal tomorrow morning. Third, the 4-minute mental spark, forging your cognitive fortress. Each morning, you stand at a crossroads. One path leads to the strengthening of your neural connections, the other allows them to wither. Your brain doesn't just passively decline, it responds to your morning choices. The incredible news from neuroscience is that a focused, 4-minute routine can forcefully trigger the growth of new connections. But 92% of seniors start their day with passive habits like watching TV, letting this golden opportunity slip by. Researchers at Harvard discovered that the brain is in a uniquely receptive state right after waking. Levels of a protein called BDNF, which I call brain fertilizer, are at their peak. This is your prime time to learn, to connect, and to build cognitive reserve. Wasting this window is like letting a fertile field go unplanted. Think of David, an 86-year-old who was recovering from a serious illness. He was physically weak and couldn't exercise, a period where cognitive decline often accelerates. But every morning, without fail, he did his mental exercises. When he finally recovered his strength, his mind was not just intact, it was sharper than before he got sick. He protected his mind when his body couldn't move. Skipping this morning activation creates a silent, cumulative deficit. The National Institute on Aging links this passive start to the day with a significantly increased risk of dementia. The damage isn't obvious day to day. It's a slow erosion of your mental foundation, which is why so many ignore it until it's too late. The solution is the 4x4 mental ignition. 4 exercises in 4 minutes, 1 simple calculation to engage your logic centers, 1 detailed memory recall to activate your hippocampus. Learn 4 new pieces of information, like vocabulary words or facts, to build new pathways. And a 1-minute visualization of your day to engage your brain's planning and executive functions. This combination creates a CrossFit for your brain, forcing different regions to work together and strengthening the entire network. The key is the intensity and brevity. This isn't about spending hours on puzzles. It's a short, sharp jolt to wake up your brain. Set it up the night before a math problem on a notepad. Prompt like, describe your first car in detail, and 4 words from a dictionary app. This habit builds an immediate and lasting defense. You'll feel more alert within hours. You'll find words more easily within weeks. Over months, you build a cognitive fortress that can help withstand the challenges of aging. My mind is clear at 94 because I treat it like a muscle every single morning. Your brain is waiting to be challenged. Don't disappoint it tomorrow. Fourth, the joint honoring movement sequence. Movement that repairs, not harms. Stop stretching. The conventional advice to do deep stretches in the morning is based on the physiology of a 30-year-old and can be actively damaging to anyone over 70. Research from the renowned Mayo Clinic is clear: the wrong kind of morning movement can increase inflammation and joint wear. But a specific 7-minute mobility sequence can cut pain and stiffness nearly in half. The difference is profound because the biology of your tissues has changed. After 70, your connective tissues are less hydrated and more brittle. Aggressively stretching them when they're cold is like yanking on an old, brittle rubber band. It creates tiny tears that lead to inflammation and pain. You think you're helping, but you're accelerating the decline. Susan, 85, is a perfect case study. A passionate gardener. She was devastated when she could no longer kneel without severe pain. She was following a morning stretching routine from a fitness magazine. When she swapped that harmful routine for the gentle sequence I'm about to share, the change was life-altering. Within a month, she was back in her garden. She learned that for an aging body, gentle, smart movement heals, while aggressive stretching harms. Moves like toe touches put immense strain on dehydrated spinal discs. Fast neck circles can risk compromising blood flow in arteries that have naturally narrowed with age. The solution is the warm, up from within sequence. Gentle, systematic movements that increase blood flow and warm the tissues before asking them to lengthen. It's about lubrication, not stretching. Begin seated. Start with ankle rolls, 30 seconds each foot, to wake up your foundation and improve circulation. Then seated marches, lifting your knees for 1 minute to warm up your hips and core. Next, gentle shoulder rolls, backwards and forwards, for 30 seconds to release upper body tension. Then, move to a doorway for a doorway opener. Place your hands on the frame and lean gently forward for 30 seconds to counteract the forward hunch of aging. Finally, supported mini squats. Holding a sturdy counter, bend your knees only as far as is comfortable for 1 minute. This activates your body's largest muscles, kickstarting your metabolism safely. The order is critical. It moves from the extremities inward, warming the entire system logically. The immediate result is less stiffness. Within days, you'll move more freely. Within weeks, you'll have less pain. This sequence is why I can still climb a stepladder and manage my own home. Your joints are not destined for pain. They are waiting for the right kind of movement. Fifth, the muscle rebuilding breakfast. The timing that trumps all. What you eat for your first meal tomorrow will either build your strength or accelerate your weakness by over 20%, and it has almost nothing to do with your total daily calories. The crucial factor, especially after age 70, is when you eat your protein. This is a truth that most nutrition advice misses entirely. Researchers at Tufts University's prestigious aging center have confirmed it. As we age, our bodies develop anabolic resistance. This means your body becomes hard of hearing to the signals that trigger muscle repair. To overcome this, you need a larger, concentrated dose of protein at the right time. Most seniors do the exact opposite. They eat a carb-heavy breakfast like toast or oatmeal and save their main protein for dinner. When the body's muscle-building ability is at its lowest, it's like sending a construction crew to a job site after closing time. The work simply doesn't get done. Barbara, at 91, was a textbook example. She was frail and getting weaker, despite eating a healthy diet. Her breakfast was oatmeal and fruit. Healthy, but for her muscles it was useless. When she switched her breakfast to 2 eggs and a side of Greek yogurt, the change was remarkable. She stopped shrinking. She started rebuilding. Within months, she regained the strength to carry her own groceries, a task she had given up years before. A breakfast high in carbs and sugar does double damage. It spikes your insulin, which tells your body to store fat, and it completely fails to provide the amino acids your muscles are crying out for in the morning. For a senior, this missed anabolic window is a disaster. You're not just failing to build muscle, you are actively losing it. The solution is a non-negotiable 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein within 30 minutes of finishing your mobility sequence. This amount is the specific dose shown to overcome anabolic resistance. Eating the same amount spread out through the day is far less effective. The timing is also key. The light movement you just did has increased blood flow to your muscles, making them primed and ready to absorb and use that protein. Think of it as opening the loading dock doors right before the delivery truck arrives. Practical examples include 2 or 3 eggs with a side of cottage cheese, a large bowl of Greek yogurt with a scoop of protein powder mixed in, or a smoothie made with whey protein and collagen for extra joint support. What you must avoid is pairing this protein with sugary foods that will interfere with the process. Your body's prime muscle building window opens every morning. Tomorrow, make sure you use it. The difference is feeling strong or feeling frail. The choice is yours. Your blueprint for a vital future. These 5 habits are not secrets. They are simple acts of respect for the way your body is designed. They are about working with your biology, not against it. My independence at 94 wasn't bought with expensive treatments or granted by genetic luck. It was earned consistently in the first hour of each day. Your body holds this same incredible power for self-repair at any age if you just give it the right tools at the right time. The morning is your moment of greatest leverage. It's where you set the course for your day and ultimately for the quality of your entire life. Each sunrise is a choice. Will you support your body's innate strength, or will you unknowingly contribute to its decline? The person you will be in 10 years is forged in the choices you make in the first 10 minutes of your day. The power of these habits is not in their difficulty, but in their unwavering consistency. Small, intelligent actions repeated daily create a future of profound strength and freedom. The gap between aging with dignity and struggling with dependence is often just the gap between waking up and your first cup of coffee. Your future self is depending on the choices you make tomorrow morning. Which of these will you start with? Your journey toward an exceptional old age begins with your very next sunrise.